Okay folks, welcome back. This is the GB9 Ball Tour, the comeback of Britain's national 9-ball tour. We're at Red Hill, just outside London. And what a match this is, can you believe it? This is a first round match. Imran, Majid and Shaw.
Can't believe this has come up in the first round.
Absolutely. As soon as the draw was made, I didn't even look at my own draw. I looked at this one straight away and I thought this is going to be excellent. This could easily be a quarter-final, semi-final, maybe even a final.
They very well may meet again. So I'm just explaining the two ball rules. It's on the wing ball or at the back of the rack. No 3-point rule, but you just have to hit forcefully. I think it's referee's discretion.
That's right. So should know that anyway. He's been around. Shaw, of course, is well known on the UK 9-ball scene. More known for the type of character that he is, but he's a blooming good player as well. But there's two different Shaws. There's one who just gets down and runs out, and there's the other one who sometimes he's just a wee bit hot and cold. So hopefully we get the hot Shaw today. And he's a very fast player as well, so we're not going to hang around with this one. I think he's got aggressive there, Mark.
Yeah, might be like a wee 50-50 or something like that, but
that's what So does though. He is an aggressive player. He just shoots. He doesn't mess around with these little safety battles. Not interested. Just wants to get down and run out.
I think these tables will provide the best opportunity for that. They're not as tight as 4.25, I think. So
Yes.
they'll allow for some leniency. They are quite slidey, but they're not to the extreme. So
yeah, I agree. That and I know that the TV tablecloth is completely new, so it is going to be very slidey. Outside tables are still slidey, but just not quite as much. I think Imran's got a little look at this too, just off the bottom rail. Where's it going to land? And it's relatively safe. I can see So shooting at this one though, top left hand corner.
yeah,
It doesn't appear to pass the 5, does it?
I don't know. It's one of these dodgy angles. It could very well be. He's certainly looking at it.
I'll be surprised if he goes safe, that's for sure. Okay,
Oh, wow.
so I think it must have just gone past the 5, but he's missed it anyway. And he's left Imran a shot. Imran, of course, one of the most successful players in the history of the GB9.
Yeah, I think they just zoomed in onto the trophy and it was littered with his name.
Absolutely. Great shot there from Imran. And suddenly, the rack opens up. And there you are, just as you say, Mark. That fantastic GB9 ball, Southern Masters trophy. Great to see that they've kept the old trophy from the previous edition of GB9. Even though we're in a new era of GB9, there's a lot of traditions have been retained, which is great to see. Also great to see a lot of familiar faces back here. Mark, this is your first GB9. You won't know what I'm talking about, but looking around the room, there's a lot of returning players. Guys like Tom Staveley, Glenn Murphy, Della Petra, Paul Taylor, Stephen Moriarty. I could sit here all day just talking about all the old GB9 players.
Dave
of course.
Moyer.
Yeah, of course. Dean Sporton is, of course, an old player who is actually now running the tour alongside Dan Su. That looks like a good shot there.
Well, yeah. And then that's for a ref.
So Julian Roper, our head referee, is just about to enter the arena. He's going to keep a close eye on this 5 ball as So kicks out. Imran is called for the referee, of course.
Because it looks like he can actually hit the 4.
Right.
I think. Definitely off the rail at least.
And he's not going to slow roll it, so. Okay, it must have been for that one because it was quite a close call. But yeah, it was a legal shot.
Yeah, in the end of the day you can see it clear, but you never know till it hits.
Now, does the 4 pass the 6? I'm looking at
Judging by
Imran's
the action, it doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too happy with that. I think for So Shaw to really stand a chance in this match, he's got to win the first couple of racks. He's not the type of player to let his head drop, however. When you're playing against a player the level of Imran Majid, you really cannot allow them to get too far ahead at the start. So he's going safe. Behind that 7, he's got the 6 as a blocker as well. I think he's played that really well. Question is, can he swerve and catch the left hand side of this 4? I think he's going to go off the top rail. Would you think, Mark?
No, he's going for it.
It looks like he can see it.
Touch of the left, it looks like he's putting on it, yeah. And he's
got safe.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think he is safe. The 9 is rolled towards that bottom left hand pocket.
He can't hit the 4 into the 9.
Yeah, he can't do much. The carom certainly isn't on either. Such an experienced player, Imran Majid. He's been around the game, certainly the highest level of 9 ball for a good, I would say, 20 years at least, probably longer. Not just on the GB9 tour, but across the world. Former Moscone Cup player as well, let's not forget. He had that 1 appearance in 2006, I believe it was. People forget about Imran, that he is a Mosconi Cup player.
You know, I couldn't have told you that.
That is. That's a great shot from Imran Majid. And I mean, I think he can see this 5. He can. It won't pass the 9, so it looks like he's going to have to take on this combination. I guess there's a bank on as well. The thing is, I mean, you can see that the 9 is not dead set. This is definitely a missable combination.
Yeah, I think a few shots may be going through his head here.
Yeah, he's decided
one
to
of
go
them.
for the bank. You don't
He's left it on.
He has. He's left it for so, and this is a great chance. You don't see the top pros really taking on combinations on the 9 unless it's absolutely dead set. Social playing with a carbon fibre shaft, which is new. He usually plays with a wooden one. Be interested to know what type of cue he does play with. Imran, I'm looking at the patches on his shirt, and it doesn't appear that he plays with Predator anymore, so I wonder who he plays with. I don't recognise the brand that's on his shirt. As Social runs out, he just runs through the ball so quickly, no problem at all. Doesn't take 2 seconds. Everything's played on instinct with Social. A very talented player. And as I mentioned earlier on, he's known for his antics off the table more than on the table.
It certainly doesn't wait around. That's what I like.
Absolutely.
And you know, I couldn't have told you that about Imran. I had no idea he had
Is that
played in
right?
Mosconi. Well before my time, of my pool playing times.
For sure. You're not a newcomer to pool, but certainly people who haven't been around for a long time, they don't realise that Imran was on the team.
It's a nice cue regardless of whatever make it is.
What a setup we've got here with TYPLive. These cameras are absolutely second to none. Very, very impressive. So here we are, Imran Majid.
That is a Predator break cue.
It is a Predator break cue, so maybe he still has the equipment.
Just not repping the brand.
It definitely is something that Predator have been doing. I've noticed over the last couple of years they've not dropped, that's not the right phrase by the way. What a great break this is.
Smashing break, yeah.
Wow. It's a bit unfortunate not to be better on this 2-ball. He deserved to be better. The 2 does cut to the middle. I'm not sure he would take that on though.
Yeah, especially just where the path to the 4-ball. I mean, it's fairly open rack, but
yeah. So I was saying that Predator seem to have moved a lot of the old style pros. Guys like Ralph Suki, for example, Darren Appleton. These types of players, they've moved on to other brands. Seems like it's a really good containing safety there. It seems like they're going Predator. They're going towards maybe younger players, younger up-and-coming players, rather than the older pros, which is an interesting tactic for me.
yeah, I mean, they're just wanting to sell cues, I think, in the end. Filler and his the 2 fillers, can't remember. Pia Filler, yeah, both nice. very intensively rep Predator.
Absolutely. Albin Ocean, of course, is probably the other most recognisable player that plays with Predator.
Fedor Gorse?
No, he's not. He's with Viking cues.
Oh, so he is, yeah.
I'm sounding like a bit of a geek here with my knowledge of cue manufacturers, but so this is a tester. Good reward though if you can come round for the 4-9. Nope, he's gone safe.
Unsafe, doesn't want to hit the 9.
Oh, that was a nice
maybe
rub.
he did.
That was a lovely little touch, and he's full ball snookered by the look of things.
Yeah, what do you do here, especially with the slidey cloth?
He's coming off the edge of it. He's trying to make it.
He's played that well using the 40. He might actually. No, I think that's snookered.
Yeah, he's played that really well. It's a really good 2-way shot because he had a chance. If he caught it a little bit thinner, he could have made the 2 in the corner with some kind of shape for the 4. But no, I think he's happy that that 2 didn't go in. So Imran can come off the left-hand rail as we look. Can just get past that 9 to knock the 2 in. Can he get through the gap is the question.
He should, I mean, making contact with the 2 should pretty much guarantee him some form of shape on the 4, whether or not it's generous.
Yeah, he's going 1 rail then. Doesn't want to hit it too hard. Doesn't have to travel too long for the 4. Got some good action on that.
And is it past
left.
yeah, I think he's left the pot.
Well, the problem here, Mark, is that the natural, I mean, if he's going for the 2 into the bottom left, the cue ball's going to scratch in the middle.
I think he can play into the middle, but then that becomes very dangerous.
Same situation,
Positional
really.
wise, yeah.
Yeah.
But straight down on it.
Regardless of how he plays it.
Straight down on it, playing a top spin.
These middles are tight.
Wow.
By the way, that's something I did notice playing earlier on, is that the middle pockets are super tight on these tables.
Yeah, that cost me. I had a very, very simple one against Mikey, and he took it away well after I missed a horrendous one in the middle. It just seemed to close up.
They do, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've definitely shimmed the middles here. Which is a little bit different, because normally you would see the end rails being, sorry, the end pockets being shimmed rather than the middles. Adds a different element. So this is an elementary run out for Imran.
Someone in the chat just pointing out that Imran is recovering from an elbow injury.
That's interesting,
on his
because
queuing arm.
we can see that he does have a bandage.
That's
So
something
that's-
I was completely oblivious to until you just pointed out.
Very well pointed out by Trevor Smith on the chat. So just going to draw this one back. Settling for a bigger cut on the 7. This is not easy.
It's very easy just to run past quite where you want on the 8 as well.
Yeah, the problem is that if he just makes this 7, the cue ball is naturally going towards the left-hand side of the table rather than the right, so you might need to put a little bit of bottom left-hand side on this to try and hold. I think he's going the opposite way, actually, so he's going to go round past the 9.
Yeah, he's going to hit this.
Ooh, it slid.
It's kind of.
So he's going to play the 8 to the middle, I'm assuming then. That's the thing with these top pros.
Can he bite?
The top pros, they don't take many risks, you know, so I think Imran's going to have to take this to the
Yeah, I thought he was going to
middle.
try and come round past the 9.
Yep.
Play it short side, yeah. Will he take this on in the middle?
This is tricky.
Yeah, safety.
He's gone safe, yep. I think that was definitely the right shot. There was no need really to risk the miss. I mean, you could see from that really nice camera angle we had there, very little space to play into.
Yeah, Imran just shaking the arm there.
So's going to shoot at this.
And it's
Oh, what a shot. What a shot from Social.
wow.
Super aggressive. That's the thing. You're not going to see him play many safety shots.
Yeah, that top pocket seems generous.
I think at the right pace. That's the most important thing. Like you saw, So did not smash that. He's played it at a really good pace, given the pocket every opportunity to take the 8, and that's 2-0. And as I said at the start, I think So needed to get off to a good start, and he has. And listen, Imran's going to know So quite well. Both have been playing on the GB9 for quite a long time. Imran's going to know that So is an aggressive player, and he's not going to get the conventional safety battles that he would normally get. So he needs to bear that in mind when it comes to his shot selection. He doesn't want to leave banks and kicks, because So is going to shoot at whatever is available.
So would that make you in return play more aggressive or more safe?
Yeah, Imran just pointing out to us there in the booth that he has the arm injury that was pointed out by Trevor Smith in the chat earlier on. And you'll see it when he's cueing you. He's got a big bandage on his arm. Still doesn't affect how he plays though. He still plays pretty well. So the 3 is stuck to the 9 ball here.
Can he try and break it out after this 2, or has the 8 come into play there?
I mean, it's a great break, isn't it? So the question is...
Oh, the 1 ball's still on the table.
The ones there, the 2 is in the heart of the pocket, as you can see. He's just going to call for a ref just to take away this magic rack. Now, the 3 is going to go to the left-hand middle, so this is a great break. Fantastic break. Now, I don't envy Julian Roper's job here, because he's going to try and remove this magic rack while the 9 and the 3 are effectively welded together. But he is the man for the job. No one is better. Julian, of course, he's known as a player on the GB9 for such a long time, but he's, over the last couple of years, he's excelled in his career as a referee, and he's now one of the top matchroom referees. You see him at all the open events, you see him on Sky Sports sometimes as well, really making a great impression, and he's someone who's super passionate about Q Sports. But one thing a lot of people don't know about Julian is that he is a fine player. I've battled against him a couple of times over the years on the table.
Yeah, very kind of finicky job here with the 3 and the 9. These pros will be particular about where this is placed.
Absolutely right. Believe me that Imran's going to be watching this.
It's a bit like when you watch the snooker and they have to replace about 60.
Yeah, that's
6
the thing.
reds.
Yeah, I think you'd much rather be a 9 ball referee than a snooker referee, that's for sure.
A lot more entertaining, I feel. Especially with if the 3, definitely want to be particular about that, as it looks like the 3 goes into, the 3 will definitely go into the middle, and that looks like it's the only pocket it will go into, so they definitely want to be sure about it. And because of that, it now leaves this rack wide open for Social.
And he's as good as out. He's going to have to put a good stroke on this 6 ball. But as you say, Mark, if you hit the inside of that pocket, plays not generous, but it will accept it.
Yeah, generous, not the
so bottom
the right word,
right hand side. Oh, he's missed it. Wow, I did not expect that.
I think he's overcut that.
A little bit twitchy there from So. And Imran did not expect an opportunity. So, turning point. Let's remember this.
If that went to 3-0, and this rack would have been very quick as well, so that's 3-0 straight away.
Absolutely.
But now it looks like it could be certainly 2-1. It is a bit of a tricky 6 into the middle. Can play at top, of course, but it looks like he might be doing, yeah. Oh no, the safety.
He's gone safe. Yeah, So's not going to be happy about that, but I can guarantee you one thing, it's not going to play in his mind. He's just going to get that miss out of his system. Slidey cushions, that's definitely cost him there. I think that what that probably tells you, the way he's hit that shot, is that So's probably warmed up on tables that don't have new slick cloth. Because any other club or any other table that hasn't got a brand new cloth, that would have been an absolutely fine contact. So maybe just forgetting that the slide does exist.
It's come a bit short here.
Yeah, a little bit short. I don't think it's going to be a problem for him.
No. And did we discuss who has the misfortune of playing the winner or loser of this match?
We think it's Dave Moyer, our friend, but I need to verify that. So if you give me a wee moment, I'll have a wee look at my digital pool. Of course, folks, don't forget that the scores and the draw is viewable on digital pool. There is a link in the chat. Great shot there from Imran.
Played that well.
The thing is, even for the best of pros, that's a missable shot because he's coming away from it. He's had to put some inside spin on that just to fall in line. And there you have it. So Imran Majid is back in.
Yeah, and what could have been a very, very quick 3-0 lead has turned into a very tight 2-1. It's incredible how much of a difference one rack makes there. You're 3-0 down or 2-1 down.
Yeah, and as I say, remember that miss from Soshaw. That could be a turning point. Although we're early in the match. I would say, Mark, I mean, looking at the draw, I think we're looking at the favourite of the tournament is right here. Injury or no injury, he is the strongest player in the draw.
Absolutely, yeah. Just seeing on the peak there, Soshaw's lovely 8-bank into the top corner.
Yeah, it was an excellent shot.
So let's make it 2-0, I think, yeah.
It looks like a dry break here. It is. The good news.
Not the nicest break to come to.
The good news for Mr. Majid is that there, as you say, there's not really much to come to here. So we're going to see a push here from So.
He's elected for the push.
And what does Imran play here?
Probably something a lot smarter or better than I could think of. But he's handed it back to So.
Thank you for the comment on the chat. We were talking earlier on about the cue that So is playing with, Soshaw, and so it's with Jacoby. I thought it was. So roll here. And he's gone behind it. He's played that really well.
Yeah, very well.
And that's the thing. I mean, it really is the best of conditions here in Red Hill for this first GB9 event. So you know that you can trust the table with that slow roll. Just in the background there, So just dropping something as Imran's down the shot. The deliberate foul from Imran. I'm a big fan of deliberate fouls. It adds a little bit of tactical play that you don't often see. So the question is, where's So going to go here? For me, he's going to put the cue ball behind the 8. I think that's what's going to happen here.
Very, very lightly. Yeah.
Exactly. It needs to be really light, and he's got the block.
Out, yeah.
Yep.
That 3 comes into play as well, so...
It does, yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. Yeah,
so I think you were right beforehand as well. I think it's Dave Moyer playing the loser and Kevin Woods playing the winner. I think.
So that's not so great for our friend from Edinburgh, Dave Moyer. Tough next match, regardless of who he's playing against. I've played against Soshaw in one of the previous GB9s many years ago, and I have to say he is a hot and cold player. And if So, and he said this to me himself, if So doesn't respect his opponent, you're not going to see the very best of him. So Dave, massive second favourite if it is So that is in the losers round. You know, it's going to be a hard game, but it might not be as hard as you think. So we're going to see a slow roll here. Nope, he's hit it with authority. Oh wow, he's made it. What a shot.
It's a great shot. I mean, he's not had any reward for that.
Nope, he deserves better.
A little smirk there. He knows he's played a good shot, not quite got the reward. Seen Mr. Shaw as well, just giving his tip a little reshape as well. So
yeah, Jacoby Custom Cues, they are definitely up and coming in the UK. Since my local club, McGoldrick's, opened, they sell a lot of Jacoby equipment because of the sponsorship of Elliot Sanderson, the house pro. I personally do have some Jacoby equipment as well, and it does play very well. I'm a Predator fan myself.
certainly. It's a good effort with a jump cue.
Now,
See
where's
where
it
the
gonna
two
land?
lies, safe.
He has got it. Yep, that is pretty safe.
There's been a whole lot of safeties to safeties to safeties in this game. Not just with that.
Like I said earlier on, Sol will shoot at everything, but I don't think he can shoot at this. It's impressive just to see in the background that Dan, who runs the event, runs GB9, Dan Su, he's walking about doing refereeing now, which is absolutely unbelievable. He's very much from the promoting side of GB9, and he's a huge part of the resurrection of the GB9 Ball Tour, but it's great to see him getting his hands dirty as well. And I think we can definitely say that a huge part of GB9 coming back is down to Dan and his enthusiasm.
Yeah, it just seems like a very nice guy overall, very enthusiastic from the short conversation I've had with him.
We've got a lot of good guys that are running the tour, the likes of, we're obviously Julian Roper's there.
Yeah, the referees are all very kind, respectful, but affirmative.
Obviously Dean Sporting as well is taking over almost in a tournament director capacity. But I think these guys, they need the help of someone with a lot of enthusiasm, and I think that is, as I say, that's the one that's got it over the line, and that's brought the tour back to us. So yeah, good on Dan. He's done a great job so far. Great shot from Imran.
Tremendous shot, yeah.
That was solid cueing. And I think he must be in a bit of pain. You can see him shaking his arm after some of the shots. I think he's actually feeling a bit of pain. Of course, it's on his back arm.
Yeah, it's sometimes you get that even when you don't have an injury, just a bit of an elbow sore.
The question that I've got is, with Imran playing with an elbow injury, as we get to the later stages of the tournament, we get towards, the final's going to be on tomorrow night, Saturday night, but of course the challenge tiers will go on until Sunday. Is that going to affect Imran's game as the tournament progresses?
It's a lot of pull.
It is.
A lot of shots have been made, a lot of strokes.
And let's not forget as well, on Sunday, when Imran is finished with this GB9 first event, he's going to be on a plane going straight to Bosnia for the European Open next week. The World 9 Ball Tour European Open. I believe the draw's just been completed for that one as well.
Any interesting matchups have you seen? I've not had a chance to look.
I've not really seen too much. It was pointed out to me that one of the UK players, one of the British players, Danny King, who I don't think has really played the GB9 before, but he's playing on the Matchroom Tour quite a lot. He has drawn Joshua Filler in the first round.
Nice and easy then.
An unbelievable draw for Danny, considering that Filler's been off the Matchroom Open events for a little while, so this is his comeback match. So we're probably going to see Danny on the Matchroom stream next week. Really nice guy, Danny. Really enthusiastic.
Is that the Filler's first match then, first game since the wee spit in Vietnam?
It is, yeah, absolutely right. It's his comeback match. So, Imran's not come off the rail quite as much, so he's still got a little bit of work to do here.
Yeah, he's got to manoeuvre that cue ball a little bit. There'll be ones where they won't care too much. It's more focusing on the 8 rather than the 9.
Yeah, absolutely. Wee bit of bottom left hand side on this one. Great shot. Got right through that cue ball there. That was the key with that shot.
Yeah, he's landed exactly where he wanted to, so this should hopefully be 2-2 and game back on.
There you have it. So Soshaw missing a straightforward opportunity for 3-0 and now finds himself on level terms. And Imran is looking nice and solid. despite the injury that he's currently carrying.
Yeah, just that repeat of the one ball bank. I mean, a bit of luck involved there, obviously, but he's hit it well, hit it right on the button, and it kept him at the table, kept Soulshaw kind of away from any potting opportunities, and that's why it's now 2-2.
That's what you've got to do when you're playing so. You play a completely different game. You're almost concerned about keeping him off the table as much as keeping yourself at the table. So, of course, it's alternate break. One in the side. Oh, he's been kicked.
Terrible kick on the 2.
Oh, wow, that's harsh.
And this is quite a wide open rack for Mr. Majid.
Isn't it funny how 9-ball just turns?
Yeah, just Julian again getting called into action for the removal of the magic rack.
And Mr. Roper's going to come back.
Yeah, the tour is getting their money's worth.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I feel they might get their money's worth out of this match alone.
Imran jokingly telling Julian to move his backside. Yeah, I mean, that's really unlucky from Soulshaw. It really is. He broke the balls seriously.
2 or 3 different kicks.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the brutality of 9-ball, especially when you're playing at the highest level. When you're playing against someone like Imran Majid, you can't afford to give these sorts of tables over, especially after having a lead early in the match.
That's why Matchroom and now GB9 have switched to the break box, just for a bit more randomness.
Yeah, and I'll definitely say that's a really good move from the guys that have taken over GB9. It's definitely not the format that we had back in the old days, but I think it's a very positive move, because a lot of these players that are here today do play on the Matchroom Tour, the World 9-ball Tour, so there's nothing wrong with replicating that setup. It's just great to have the GB9 back, it really is. Absolutely brilliant. And we've got a full weekend, of course, folks, let's not forget. Main event is on right now, still at the first round stages. Comes to a conclusion tomorrow night, as I said earlier, and of course the challenge tiers also start tomorrow, so plenty of pool to be watching over the weekend.
Yeah, it's everywhere you look there's a match, and myself I don't recognise too many people, but there's still lots and lots of quality. Yeah,
there is, absolutely. That's the thing, when you look at the digital pool bracket, you will see the Fargo scores of the players, and that just gives you an idea of the sheer strength in numbers.
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate they are, but
yeah, we did notice there was 1 or 2 that not entirely sure why the numbers weren't as accurate as they should be, but I would say the vast majority of Fargo ratings are accurate.
I'll take the couple hundred boost.
Yeah, yours is not too bad, Mark. I'm not happy with mine, I've got to be honest. This is a debate I have quite a lot with some of the players in Scotland. There's not that many tournaments in the UK that use the Fargo rating. So for myself, I started playing GB9 when I was just a beginner, so I've got a lot of losses on record, so my Fargo is not very good. It's definitely not as good as I think it should be, and the opportunity to improve your Fargo as an amateur player is not really there, so I'm not a huge fan of the Fargo system. Definitely more of an American setup. One interesting thing I've noticed with Imran, just as he was queuing up there, is that he plays with an extension on his queue, which is new. It's something I've not seen him use before. It's only a small one, it looks like it's a 2-inch extension.
That has grabbed your attention instantly, of
It
course.
has, because I am an extension user myself. I always play with an extension on the back of my queue. As Imran runs this one out for 3-2.
First dish or return dish, obviously, with the ball in hand, but first dish of the game today.
He wasn't going to be turning that down, that's for sure.
Absolutely not, yeah. I think it's digital pool as well as linked to Fargo rating, and that's why they're using it today, or on the weekend.
Yes, that is very, very true. So just having a wee look at the latest scores.
Any interesting games going on?
Yeah, I mean, there's Mark Foster and Neil Marjosian they're on table 26 right now, and that is a blast from the past. These are guys who have played in the GB9 ball tour for decades. Mark Foster, Neil Marjosian, so they're 2-2. They've played each other, I would say, plenty of times over the years. Marcel Price is another old GB9 guy against GJ. 1-0 up. Bash Maksud and Liam Monk, they're battling out over there in 24-6-5 to Bash Maksud. Glenn Murphy and Hassan Shahid, another two old timers from the GB9 tour, 4-4 in their game. And Saman Golami is 6-1 up on David Duncan from Scotland.
What was the score there? Sorry, did you say 4-1?
With David?
David, yeah.
Yes, he is 4-1 down, unfortunately, for us anyway. That's our friend. Nice break off here from Imran Majid. The 4 and the 5 are relatively tied up, but the combination is on. I think he just needs to land on the right side of the 4 ball to make that 5. That's what he's looking at right now.
And is this off of... This will be off of him.
Off the break?
Yeah, so it could be 2 back-to-back here as well. Could he try and potentially break them up as well after potting this 3?
I don't think he has to,
At
Mark.
any point.
I don't think he has to. He just needs to land. I mean, he's going to have to try and go between the 7 and the 9 for position on the 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I can't see him trying to break them up because he doesn't want to risk snookering himself behind the ball.
Yeah,
There's no need to take the risk.
Here it goes. Touch. Just looks like he's putting touch right spin. Yeah, and he's got away with
just enough. He's going to be queuing over the 9 though, so that's going to make this shot much harder than it had to be.
Yeah, was he trying to come on the left hand side of the 8 or thread the needle there?
It seems like he was trying to thread the needle, and he has. But he's going to be jacking up a little bit here, so it just makes the shot that little bit harder. Played it with authority. So, interesting one is, does the 4 and 5 go from here? I would expect it does.
It makes it a lot more difficult though.
It does. He wanted to be a lot more straight on this 4.
Might lose position in the cue ball a bit as well here. Yeah,
he's just gone safe. Yep. Again, there's no point in trying to force it. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. Some amateur players would have tried to force that in.
I imagine Social here will just go straight for the
He's
middle.
going for it. He's going to go for it, and he's made it. He's just such a natural player, so he knows exactly what he's doing. What's he done here, though? Oh, that was risky. Imran's got a smile on his face. I don't think he was expecting him to land that side of the 6. That's the thing, though.
That's the style he plays, though, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. That is so style.
And without trying to put the commentator's curse on again, this should go back to off square.
That's one of the great things about So's game is he doesn't think. He just plays the shot that comes to his mind. You know, he's not, you know, oh, this might happen or that might happen. No, he just gets down and hits it. He says, this is how I'm going to hit it, and that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, but that's a negative.
Wow.
That is the downside to that style of play, and he's left this on a plate for Imran.
What a gift for Imran Majid.
Could not be easier.
Soshaw's losing control of this match. You cannot give players like Imran Majid this type of run out. And that's now 2 gifts that Imran has been given.
And from what could have been 3-0 to 3-0 to So Shaw has.
To be honest, by this stage, it could have been 5-1. It could have been 5-1 to So. And Imran's just called a timeout.
Yeah, let So Shaw just stew there a little bit there.
That's a tactical timeout. There's no doubt. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
it's perfectly legal, and it's something that most players in this draw will do. If they sense that their opponent is on a bit of a downer mentally, they're just going to let them stew that a little bit longer. And So's also taking a timeout. He's not going to be happy with that.
No, definitely on the. Again, it's its own. It's a style of play. It'll work out for some shots, but that's definitely
Absolutely. So we'll keep you up to date with the scores around the room. So we've got Henry. Lenainma. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, Henry, if you're listening back. Lenainma. Henry Lenainma. Looks like it's a Finnish name. I apologise, Henry. But the good news for you is you're 6-3 up on Zhao Li. Mark Foster in the battle of the oldies. Mark Foster 3-2 up on Neil Marjosian. Marcel Price is just taking the first rack against GJ. And it's a thriller on table 24. Liam Monk and Bash Maksud 6-6 in a race 2. I wonder if this is on the winner's side or the loser's side, actually. That's... Oh no, it's going to 9, sorry, apologies. The digital pool does actually tell you what they're racing to. So yes, 6-6 in a race to 9. Glenn Murphy and Hassan Shahid battling it out 5-4 to Hassan. That one's going to go all the way. Glenn Murphy is a really interesting player as well. You won't know him, Mark, but he's got a very interesting style. Not conventional. He jumps up on the shot quite a lot, but he's a good player.
If it works.
Absolutely.
Just how many times does that say Imran on the Imran, Majid, Craig Osborne, Majid,
it's Kevin Uzel,
Jason Shaw,
Darryl Peach, the former world champion,
Imran, Mark Gray, who's not playing in this tournament today despite the team win it most recently.
He hasn't, no, he's given up 9-ball, Mark Gray, unfortunately.
More 8-ball now.
Yeah,
Chinese.
Mark, it is, he is 8-ball now. Mark Gray is one of the all-time greats alongside Imran.
It's so
Imran just checking whose break it is.
So Shaw's break, I believe. He just did because the last rack was a reverse dish.
Yeah.
Imran's just broke, so it's now So Shaw's break.
Talking about Mark Gray, it's a real shame that he's not here today. I did see an exchange on Facebook between Dan and Mark. Mark has completely given up on 9-ball, unfortunately. I think since GB9 stopped operating a couple of years ago, Mark has kind of felt, well, there's no real point in continuing with 9-ball, and he's moved over to 8-ball. He's doing quite well at it as well, but definitely one of the most successful GB9 players in history is Mark Gray, alongside the man we're watching today, Imran Majid. The 1-ball's going to go in the top right. No, it's not.
Even if it did, he's not going to have a shot on the 2, and again, it's a pretty dodgy result after the break. We'll be seeing a push here, no doubt.
One of the other names you've seen on that trophy there was Carl Boyes as well, who, of course, we all know he's now affiliated with the World 9-Ball Tour, and he's got his own YouTube channel. But I mean, I think most people nowadays will know him for that, but certainly when it comes to GB9, I remember how dominant he was. When I first started playing GB9 back in 2017, Carl was on a run of, I think it was maybe like 3 or 4 events where he hadn't lost a match. I mean, it was complete dominance. And a really great player at his peak.
Yeah, and whatever happened to that Jason Shaw guy on the trophy as well? He didn't do much.
Yeah, absolutely. Benji Buckley, he played in the final. I played in that event. It was 2020, I think it was, just before COVID. I could be wrong. I think I'm right though. Yeah, Benji Buckley and Jason Shaw in that final. It was very rare to see Jason playing GB9. He of course played way back in the early editions of GB9 when he was just learning the game.
Yeah, of course, then was it 2016 or 2018 he then won the US 9-Ball Open as well after that?
It would have been 2016. It was. That was his only US Open. His biggest win to date in his career, Jason?
Yeah, obviously he's taken down the Hanoi Open last year on its first inauguration.
Edition. Yeah, absolutely.
Multiple time Moscone Cup winner.
Yeah.
MVP as well.
Would be great to see Jason win the World Championship one year. That's kind of all he's got left. I mean, he's got the Masters as well. That's a surprise miss. And so his head's dropped a little bit here.
He's definitely on one of the cold.
Question I've got here is 3-5-9 combination. It looks pretty well set here.
That certainly, yeah. Aye.
And I said earlier on that the top pros, they do not take on 9-ball combinations unless it's absolutely dead set.
But the 6 doesn't go past the 7.
He's looking at it.
He's thinking his head's gone a bit.
No, he's going to go for just the 3 into the bottom left-hand pocket.
The viewers and I certainly would have wanted that.
As an amateur player, I would be taking on this 3-5-9 unless, I mean, Imran's view is going to be quite a bit different to ours.
I mean, in my game, I had 3 9-ball combos, so
well,
probably about 5 attempts. So it shows you, the difference. That 5-9. I mean, there is a bit of an angle there.
He's going to go for the 3. Really good to see Dave Knight on the comments there. Great shot there from Imran. It's opening up nicely. Yeah, Dave.
Oh, and of course, you can just go for the 5 into the 9 itself. Yeah, I'm being very stupid.
Or if it isn't dead set, and he's looking at it right now, if it's not dead set, the 5 does go to the middle, so he's got plenty of options, got plenty of angle on this 4 as well.
He's got angle to do both quite easily.
But yeah, great to see Dave Knight on the chat. Dave, we thought you were going to be here. Of course, traditionally you would always be at the GB9 selling your equipment, doing tips and things like that, but yeah, great to see you in the chat. So yeah, as you say, Mark, he is going to go for this 5-9.
And it's straight in, so 5-2 now.
5-2 to Imran, and the game is running away from Sochaux here, when it could easily have been a lot closer than this.
Yeah, 5-2 and Imran coming to the table with the break. Yeah, and the breaks have been pretty iffy, to say the least, so far. So if he gets a good break and a good layout on the first ball, then this could be very quickly 6-2.
Yeah, definitely. So, a couple of scores. James Lee is 2-0 down to Paul Williams on the loser's side. Anthony Ginn is 1-0 up on Carl Williams, also on the loser's side. On the winner's side, Doug Clark 3-2 up on Dave Hopkin. Dave is one of the old-time GB9 guys, also plays on the Matchroom World 9-Ball Tour. Really good guy, good player as well. Our friend David Duncan from Edinburgh has brought it back to 6-3 down against Saman Golmani. Lewis Allen trails Harry Harrison 6-2. Lewis was the gentleman I played in the last round.
That's a great name there.
It is.
Harry Harrison.
It is. I believe that's the 8-ball player, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. Paul Taylor, absolute veteran of the GB9. Paul Taylor
and Jamie Hall.
He's playing our friend from Edinburgh, Jamie Hall, and that is on the loser side as well. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that Paul lost his last match. He was quite a big favourite in that one.
Yeah, we can see that actually just kicking off on table 18.
He was feeling very confident, Paul, as well, so I'm not sure what happened. Here we go, Imran to break, 5-2 up. 1 in the side. And look at the shot on the 2, the 6 ball.
Oh, it's just covered it. It's kind of almost what I was going to say if he gets a good break with a good layout, but no.
That is incredibly harsh.
Most likely a push. And we're just going to find out what the next match is on the TV table soon enough, so we'll tell you that when we have that information.
I can't believe that 6 is just nestled against the cue ball. I really feel quite bad for Imran there.
Next match is Stephen Ellis versus Tom Staveley. Have I said that right?
Yes, It's going to be a great match. Both players very, very strong. Yeah, that's going to be a great game. Tom Staveley is a veteran of the tour. Stephen Ellis is a very, very solid player. Plays on the World 9-Ball Tour. Almost beat Fedor Gorst last year at the UK Open, Stephen Ellis. I watched it towards the end of that match. I think he was 7-7 in a race to 9. So yeah, we're going to see some high quality pool there. That's the thing about the TV table here at GB9. It's just going to be high quality pool every match that you watch. Okay, so we're going to see a jump here from Imran.
He certainly has enough chalk on his cue.
I mean, the 3's over the middle pocket, so that's fair enough.
He's really getting up on this. Oh, and that's a foul, yeah.
Yeah,
grabbing his arm there.
Yeah, he's pulled away, wincing in pain, so he must be really, really feeling this. And you know, you can see as well that, I mean, Imran doesn't miss jumps like that. You and I would, Mark, but you won't see a top pro like Imran miss a jump as much as he did there, so he's clearly in a lot of pain.
Yeah, a jump shot especially because you're hitting down onto the table, that could really
and there you are,
send up pain up your arm. Hopefully he's not too bad. Has he just got onto the wrong side of this free ball? He has.
Yeah, he has. He has. He could just drop back a couple of millimetres and just take the long shot in the 4. The problem is he's then going to run into the 8, so yeah, not ideal. But I tell you what, if Sochaux takes this rack 5-3, he's right back in it.
Oh no, he was on the right side.
He's manufactured an angle nicely there. So is actually slowing down a little bit. That's one thing I've noticed. He's not racing around the table like he was at the start. Maybe those misses have affected him. He's maybe just been a little bit more careful.
Yeah, he knows the two kind of important balls that he's missed really should not be missing. So maybe just on that break, a few deep breaths, a drink.
It can make all the difference.
Yeah, Shannon, Ryan, yeah, this table 19, please. 19.
Needs to watch this middle pocket. I think he's okay. Only just.
Yeah.
Only just. Now, if that 7 was tight against the rail, he would be knuckled. But he's going to have to pull off something here. So I think he can avoid the 9 if he draws this one back. He can just avoid the 9. As you can see, the 7's just slightly off the rail there, saving him. Yeah, he's going to draw this one back. Bigger cut on the 8, but that's not going to cause him a problem. He's going to go up and down the table. Nicely done there from Mr. Shaw. There you have it. 5-3. And suddenly it's game on again. It felt as if Sochaux had lost control of this match. But taking advantage of Imran's injury. And the question I've got in that case, if Imran, I mean, we can see quite clearly. Oh no, you don't want to see that. That's
Oh no.
that's myself and
I apologise for what you've just seen on your screen.
That's absolutely horrific. Yeah, so Imran's clearly carrying an injury. We know that, and it's quite evident. The question for me then is that if he can't play to his 100% of his ability, are we going to see another favourite coming into this tournament, or an injured Imran Majid? Is he still going to take this down?
I mean, this is his first match. He's going to have to suffer that injury all the way through it. That's a lot of pull over 3 days.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first day and a half for the main event, but yeah, he's again, he's 5-3 against a very good player. So
there's a lot of good players in this draw. A lot of guys that are capable of testing Imran. Not at his level. There's no doubt he is when it comes to levels, he is at the highest level.
So if you took Imran and Sochaux out, if this draw didn't exist, who would be your favourite if you could say it off your gut?
I can't. That's the problem. So normally,
too close.
Traditionally in the GB9, you would always have, if you don't have Imran, you've got Mark Gray. It's always the one or the two. Now that it's just Imran in terms of being a top pro, there's no Elliot Sanderson either, who I think nowadays would stand a good chance. It's really hard. I mean, there's lots of players that are definitely capable of going deep. You know, you're talking about guys like, you know, Stephen Ellis, Benji Buckley, Tom Staveley.
It's a good shot, and he's left himself on the 4.
And the ref's been called again.
Yeah.
And Julian sprung to action as he jumps into the arena. And once again, he's going to have to take away this rack. Looks like they're not touching like the last one, so he should be able to. How steady are his hands, Julian? Look at that. Effortless. Julian's not going to be at the European Open next week, which is a surprise. I'll need to ask him about that later on as to why, because he's been a part of the Matchroom, the W9 Ball, the World 9 Ball Tour events. He's been a part of them for a long time now. It's good to see that. Oh, he's missed the 4.
Yeah, he's missed, and I think he left himself safe as well.
It's deliberate. Is it deliberate?
Yeah.
What's he done there?
I have no idea.
Because, I mean, if the 4 goes, he's left himself snookered on the 5. I don't know what he's played there.
In fact, he missed the. I don't remember what he missed. He hit the top rail, so.
I actually think he's just made a mess of that one, which is quite rare.
He's he's not going to leave perfect angle on this 5 ball, but still expect him to. Oh no, he's drawn.
Great shot there from Imran. Does the 5 past the 9? I guess one of the issues he has is that the cue ball, if he does put the 5 into the middle.
Looks like there may be a cue ball behind the 7.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to put this 5 in the middle here.
I know what I'd be going for.
You're going to go for the combination. I'm going to go for the combination.
Imran, however, can actually play this game,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he's probably going for something different.
Yeah. Using the 9 as a blocker, he's not got there. He's left a shot. And suddenly, a chance for Mr. Shaw. That was missable. I cannot criticise him too much for missing that because he was tight against that rail. And that makes all the difference when it comes to queuing. And Imran has been left a good chance here. The problem he's got is that when he knocks in this 5 to the bottom right hand corner, the cue ball is going to bounce off the cushion. Doesn't want to go behind this 7 ball. So I think he's going to hit this with authority and go past the 7.
Oh, and that's 2 misses on the trot from each of them, and he's literally got the safe. Has he? Just.
Yeah, a little hand of apology there.
Yeah, I would have thought he would be confident to pot that. This rack did look wide open, and now it's kind of got into safeties again.
So Shaw's going to shoot at this one. An uncharacteristic miss. It is good to see misses though, even though this is a high level match. I mean, look at that cue ball, it's going to nestle on the top rail.
Might be the most misses you'd see on a trot. I think that's four misses.
Absolutely.
To each.
It is really good to see every now and then the top guys missing shots. Keeps it interesting.
Yeah, it's nice when they remind us that they're human.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me tell you, this one is no given. Yeah, I'm not surprised he's missed that one. It was tough. And he's left a shot.
Yeah.
And the question is, I mean, that looks like a pretty well set 6-9. He needs to land on, the right side of it, but
Just got to compose yourself. That's two misses on the trot, so he's just got to get right through this.
Great shot. He's
Yeah, oh, going a little bit further than he wanted to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Has he tried to play that for the middle? It's a hard one to predict. I mean, the carom is potentially on here. Just coming off the edge of the 6.
If he misses this, if he plays the 6-9 combo, could go safe. 6 down pat near the 8,
Yeah.
maybe. I think that's what you. Yeah, that's not going to play safe. It's not that good.
I am really surprised to see he's turned that down. He had 2 shots at that 9, and he's actually left a pot.
Is that uncharacteristic from
Absolutely,
Social? Turning down a night, line like that.
He's the most aggressive player in the tournament. And the thing is, if you're playing against someone like Imran, you need to be nailed on with your safety play. You cannot give them an edge. I think that was a
this has been
mistake.
quite scrappy. Another miss. This one being left safe as well.
This is good to see. It's entertaining. So Shaw can just see a little edge of the 6. He's going to just try and leave the 6 behind the 8. Bring the cue ball back up table. Nope. I need to stop calling shots. Split the cushions.
Yeah, that's a great shot
It's
using
good.
that 7 ball.
You can still see the 6 in run, but it's still a good shot. I can see him Imran playing a similar shot, knocking the 6 down to the centre of the bottom rail. No, you actually can't see that much of it.
Yeah, I think he just needs to put a bit of swerve on
Yeah,
this.
he's looking to swerve and go
kick and-
behind.
Kick
Yep.
it.
Kick and stick, my favourite shot and pull with the kick and stick.
When I go for the shot, I usually kick and miss.
Ah.
Oh, he's hit it dead on, and he's going to leave it.
That is no. That's actually worked out
Reasonably well, yeah.
better than you would have expected. I think he's trying to go behind that 6 and kick it down table.
So short, does he cut this or does he bank it?
He's got to bank it, I
I
think.
think banking. He's
gone safe.
Wow.
Wow, what's happened to this guy? This is not the Sochaux that I remember.
Again, leaving a little edge. No,
It's
he
not
can-
bad. It's not bad. He is behind it as a full ball snooker. It has worked out all right. The thing is, keeping the 6 ball safe here, it's not that easy. There's a couple of different ways he can hit it. It's not hitting it that's the problem. It's leaving that 6 safe. Oh, there's a kick and stick. He's played that really well.
Yeah.
That's as well as you can hit it, really. Most important thing is he's got that cue ball up the top side of the table, and he's left So a shot, but goodness me, this is missable. Oh wow,
Fantastic pot.
what a shot. Once again, a reminder, you cannot leave this guy a half chance. So he's going to go 7 to the middle.
One dial up and down by the looks.
Yep. Needs it to slow down. Needs it to slow down
Gonna be
or
on that
speed
rail.
up. It's not going to do either.
And does this bring the middle into the
Wow.
equation?
And that's an unforced error from So. And what a chance that was for 5-4. The chance is still there, but much harder than it had to be. Cuts it in
Oh, he's played that
beautifully.
just fine.
He's recovered from that one big time. Great shot. Great shot. And there you have it. And suddenly it's 5-4. It felt like this game was running away from So.
Yeah, that could be the, as you say, the TP. Both players have obviously Social off to a strong start. 2, possibly 3 racks. Imran Majid kind of going straight to win a few back on the back. And there's been two very, very, very scrappy racks, so this could go either way.
How refreshing is it though to see a rack against with 2 top level players, and you're seeing a few misses to, you know, it's not very often that you see. How many misses did we see in that one? Maybe 4 or 5?
And the rest, there was a good few from each of them. Yeah,
very refreshing.
Gives us humble amateurs a confidence boost.
It does. So here we go, Imran suddenly under a little bit of pressure. One in the side.
It's a good break.
Where's this 2 going to land? It looks like it's going to land
nice.
nice.
To go past it.
Oh, how do you like that? He's actually going to land straight on this 2, I think.
No, I think he's got
just
a touch of angle, but not as much as he'd want, especially where the 3's lying. Obviously, he can play in either pocket, can play in several pockets, but
it's really harsh if he doesn't have an angle here. He's looking at the 3, so he's definitely got something to work with.
He doesn't seem too fussed about it.
Yeah, nicely done. So the 3 ball's going to be coming away from the 4, so he's going to have to go a couple of rails here. The 6 is also coming into the equation a little bit too, so he needs to avoid that 6.
He might have liked to go all the way around here, up on the top rail, so he needs to really put some mustard on this one. Oh, he's hit the 6.
So he's deliberately run into the 6 with the side to bring it out. It's just not brought it out enough.
It's one of these ones I think he can see partially.
You think so?
I don't. He definitely can't pause it.
He's looking.
Judging by his facial expressions.
You see Imran just working that arm, just trying to get the muscles a little bit more loose. I think he might be able to see this. Wow, what a shot.
Fantastic.
I mean, he must have been able to see just the 1 millimetre that he needed to pot that shot. So, tough shot in the 5 here. But he's got the 6 over the pocket, so he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Just put 100% into this pot. Boom. Heart of the pocket. No trouble whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scrappy rack here now, seeing them play the way you'd normally expect.
Yeah, absolutely. So 6 ball, I would expect him just to roll this in, bounce off the cushion a little bit. 7 to the middle. It can go to the top left as well.
I'd imagine he'd just play this in the middle.
The 7 ball, yep. He's going for the combo.
Well, I think he's just actually hit that a lot harder than he.
Well, he's going to have to take the combo now.
Yeah, or a bit of an iffy sitting. Yeah, combo. Don't think the safety looks that nice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he could leave the cue ball behind the 9 with the 7 on the bottom rail, and that's what he's going to play. He's going safe here. Yeah, that's the shot.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I mean, So's going to try and kick out of this. Well, he can't really kick out of it.
I think he expected that cue ball to slow down a bit.
So ref's been called. It's a really good shot because he's landed on the left hand side of that 9, which means that he's taken out the kick to the right hand rail.
It's going to be a Z shot, yep.
Yeah, he's going. Yep,
It's a great shot.
he's played it well. He's got it safe, relatively safe.
Obviously, he can pot it, but the run into the 8s, it puts a lot of questions in the air.
So I think he's going to go behind this 8 here. Just going to roll. This could be overhit though.
It's worked out.
He's played it really well. He's run deliberately into that 8, and the 8 has helped slow the cue ball down and bring it to a stop. Again, I think there's amateur players. He's going to go for a deliberate foul here. Rolling up against the 7 to keep it safe. I like this side of the game. I like to see this kind of tactical side.
Yeah.
Deliberate fouls, that sort of thing.
I'm always typically on the losing end of these engagements, so it's nice to watch it from the third party perspective.
Especially when it's experienced players like these guys. Experienced, seasoned players. These guys will have been in this situation several times before.
It's a question of what do you do? I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, he's got options. Could he just run off the edge of this 7, send the cue ball up table, use the 9 as a blocker?
yeah, I want to use the 9 and
That has not worked out. I don't believe it was a foul, but I mean, he's left the shot. It's awkward queuing for Sol.
you expect him, if he plays how he normally plays, aggressively, that he'd try and just send this all the way up and back down again.
And he's gone
played
behind
that
the
well.
9. Yeah. Little edge of the 7 has
You might
just
see
come
him,
out.
yeah, you might see another little kick and stick though here,
I think that's the shot.
and it's exactly what he's looking at. Doesn't have to do much with it. Could even potentially put that 7 back down near the 8. Oh no, he's just separated them, and Shaw's going to have a shot.
He's overrun it, and he's got an angle as well to come down for the 8, so that has not worked out for Imran.
Yeah, I don't think he actually played the kick and stick in the end.
And we're staring at 5-5. I did not. Now, he doesn't want to be straight here. He's going to be straight and on the rail. This has not worked out well at all. Has he got a little angle just to try and push it through? Right hand side.
Force it.
That's as good as
Force
he
what
can
he
do.
can. Yeah, again leaving himself
Oh,
on
he's
the
gone
rail.
on the rail. Oh, that's unbelievable. It's sat perfectly on the rail. And it's gone from being an 8 out of 10 to possibly a 6 out of 10. He's relatively straight as well, as you can see from this camera angle.
Oh, he's
lovely.
potted that really well.
How is that for queuing? I mean, that's where they're the kind of shots where your fundamentals really come through, and you need to really trust your fundamentals, and that's what So has done.
Yeah, I would not be expecting him to put himself into that position though.
No, not at all. But again, this is how So plays. He sometimes doesn't really think things out as much as other players would. But you can see he can pop himself out of trouble.
Yeah,
That's the level that So plays to. 5-5.
this match is
It's going back and forth, hasn't it? I mean, So got off to such a great start. 2-0 up, should have been 3-0 up, made a few mistakes. Imran has then run away with it. Did he go 5-2 up?
it was 5-2, I believe. Yeah,
And suddenly now, we're at 5-5.
it's been all over the place.
Yeah, I think it's been a really entertaining match, that's for sure. What a great advert as well for the return of the GB9. great to have the tour back. We're here in Redhill, of course, just outside of London. What a great venue we've got here, Spots and Stripes. Absolutely brilliant venue. Lots of great quality tables, very big club as well.
How many tables is it? 16?
I couldn't tell you
I
personally.
think they've got 3 practice tables on the go as well, which is good. So.
Got a dry
Cue
break.
ball, oh, no.
Oh, the one's gone. And he's not got a shot in the 2. He can see an edge. But we're going to see a little bit more safety play here,
We'll
I
see
think.
a lot of back and forth, and then again it will probably be the situation with a 6. That brings in drama later in this rack.
He's played that well. I didn't realise he had a shot in the 2. And suddenly, things are opening up. What I have started to notice with these Magic racks is that you've got... The 9 is, of course, frozen. It always... Oh, he just made that. The 9 is always frozen. But I've noticed that the ball in the second row to the right-hand side seems to freeze itself against that 9. And that's not unusual. That's quite a standard thing for a 9-ball rack. But it seems like they're having to play to that middle left-hand side a little bit more often than normal. What it's doing is that it's just making the racks that little bit more complicated.
Yes.
We haven't really seen any wide open racks, have we?
No, there's only one dish here, and that was Imran's return. And just like there, he's had to manoeuvre that cue ball because he was on the wrong side of the 5 to get position on the 6 in the middle, which he's done very well. Just come a little bit far.
So here we go. Julian's going to come out again, and for the, I would say, 3rd or 4th time, he's having to take the Magic rack away.
He's
it looks like these
earning his
balls are
wages.
frozen, so it means he's going to have to get his little device out, I think, to try and mark the balls, to then remove the balls. But yeah, that's interesting about the Magic racking. It's something, as I say, we've seen it several times before. As you can see, really nice camera angle there as Julian does his intricate work. Yeah, it's something you see quite a lot with the Magic rack. It's great to have the Magic racks, by the way. These are the same racks that they use on the World 9-Ball Tour. They are the best racks you can get, and I'm not just saying that. So Julian just looking to place it back exactly where it was. So has got quite a bit of angle on this 6, but it's absolutely fine because he can just travel. It's actually not that much angle. Another good job there from Julian.
Yeah, he just walked past us. I think I could see the sweat dripping from his forehead there, making sure he doesn't accidentally knock the balls.
That's the thing about the club being as big as it is as well. Julian's having to cover a lot of ground here.
Yeah, he's putting his steps in today, and that cue ball's going to come down nicely, and Soulshaw should take the lead here.
Yeah, we're
for the
going.
second time.
Absolutely. We are going to have 6-5 here. And who expected Soulshaw to be ahead after being 5-2 down? But Imran clearly been affected by the injury that he's carrying, and that's making a difference in his game. So there we go, 6-5 to Soulshaw. This one is going down to the wire. Give you a wee update of the scores then around the rooms as we're waiting for Imran there to rack up. Mark Foster and Neil Marjosian, the battle of the old GB9 players, 6-5 to Mark Foster. Marcel,
Would you say that's a close match?
Yes.
Not just the score?
I would say so, yeah. Mark is probably a slight favourite, I would say. Marcel Price off to a flyer, 5-1 over GJ. Glenn Murphy, Hassan Shahid, that is going down to the wire. Hassan is breaking off, 8-6 up. Anthony Ginn, 5-1 on Carl Williams. Dave Hopkins, 6-5 down to Doug Clark. I'm not familiar with Doug, not entirely sure, but clearly he's a good player because Dave himself is a good player. Paul Taylor's off to a flyer against Jamie Hall, 5-0 up. Paul is a massive favourite in that match, so I'm not too surprised. Benji Buckley is flying through the loser's side. He's 6-0 up against Alan Hopkins. Surprising to see Benji on the loser's side.
I think I caught a little bit of his first match, and yeah, he wasn't having too good of a time.
Benji's an interesting one, just as Imran breaks off here. Benji is a really interesting one. He's been a regular on the GB9 for a very long time. The scratch!
Ball, yeah.
And a wide open chance now for him, for Sochaw. The 3 is in a bit of a funky position. So 2 to 3 is tricky. And obviously, as we've seen in previous racks, the 7 and the 9 are close together. Could be a 7-9 combination even.
Yeah, you might see Julian getting getting into the arena again.
Julian might just need to base himself over here, I think. Just saying earlier on about Benji Buckley, he's been playing for a long time in the GB9, a finalist in 2020 where he lost to Jason Shaw. But I have to say that Benji, he comes up and plays the Scottish Tours every now and then, so we know him quite well. Benji probably not the same Benji that went to the final in 2020. But if Imran is not feeling 100%, as we can see at the moment, I think it's a great chance for Benji to potentially have a shot at this tournament.
We enjoyed it. No, that's not the point. Thanks, man. It's very kind. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And obviously what you guys do is fantastic anyway, so thanks, man. It's very kind, mate. So I really appreciate it. Cheers, man.
Yeah, thank you to Tashunka Schultz, liking the commentary. I appreciate it. I think Chris, I'm not sure when he put that comment on. Next up is Stephen Ellis versus
Tom Staveley. That'll be a very good all-British clash. But yeah, I appreciate the nice comments. It's good that you can understand what we're saying as well. That always helps. I remember when I did the Scottish Open on the Matchroom stream, the amount of people from America saying that they didn't have a clue what we were saying. And I think we're relatively clear. I think there's definitely some Scottish accents.
Braveheart dubbing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spotting. Yeah, but it's an incredible setup. Lovely microphones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Incredible. So many camera angles. Yeah,
TYPLive. This is definitely going to blow up, this page. No doubt about it. The very best of equipment. Oh, he's tried to split up the 7 and the 9. He's played that really well. He has played that fantastic, because look at where the 4 ball is. He just, I mean, it's a tough cut on the 3, but as we've seen, if you hit it at a short pace, a little pace, then he's going to make this.
Yeah, Julian doesn't need to come in today, just this rack.
Yep, there we go. Really nice pace.
Yeah, he'll be queuing over that 8 ball.
Does the 5 pass the 6? I think it does. He's having another look at it, and a little grimace in his face, so maybe not.
Maybe just where he's going to leave the cue ball.
Nicely done.
So
and as you can see,
he was probably wanting to top through, but now he might hit the 6.
Oh,
and I will
you've
have
been
to
called,
leave
Mark?
you, so I am about to go play my match against JJ Fall, so I will leave you in the hands of Graham. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Best of luck for your match.
Well, cheers for Mark for jumping in there.
I can't believe So's just missed that.
Yeah.
That is absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, we've got a substitute in the comms box here. Sam from TYPLive. Great to have you, sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and, well, what can I say about this setup? GB9's back.
It is back, and it is fantastic. It's so great to have the tour back. And what a way to bring the tour back at this amazing venue, Spots and Stripes. Dan and the guys have done such a great job to bring us back. And what a match we've got here as well. Bringing GB back with a bang. GB9 back with a bang.
Yeah, certainly. As you alluded to earlier on in the match, you were saying about how the ranking points are basically reset. So that does mean you are going to get some matchups that necessarily you wouldn't do later on down the line when the tour keeps going.
100%. We definitely won't see this sort of match up in the first round. As I said earlier, this could easily be a quarter-final or a semi-final, this match. But I think it's a great way to really restart GB9. But then again, most of the stream matches you're going to see, they're going to be of the highest quality anyway, even if it doesn't include the likes of Imran. But yes, 6-6 in a race to 9. This match has gone back and forth. Who's your favourite from here?
I'd never like to call anyone as favourites or put any judgments across. I'll stick to being the presenter of this one.
That's fair. And kudos to you for the setup that you've got here at TYPLive. Absolutely magnificent. This scratch! Wow. One of the worst times really to scratch, considering how close this game has become.
Yes, Tosh, cheers. The general reception's been great in this venue. And, well, as for the logo, it is level, but the nice things is the actual TVs in the background are level as well.
Everything looks absolutely pristine.
Yes, it is something that does bug me a little bit, is if there's fixtures and fittings around the stream.
That's fair, yeah.
Table that does look a little bit off.
You're a perfectionist, but rightly enough, because you've got perfect equipment, so you have to be a perfectionist, I think, to maintain the standards that you clearly have. But yeah, this is it's honestly great to have the tour back. It really is fantastic. As an old-time player, I loved the hotel setup that we had in Telford. But actually, you know what? Coming into a club, when it's a club of this standard, it's just as good. And in terms of the location, is fantastic as well. You've got some hotels right across from the venue, so this is a fantastic choice for our first venue back. Just keeping a wee close eye on Digital Pool, because I think I am going to be due on fairly soon.
One thing I will say about Digital Pool, if there is people that are unsure how the system works or what it is, basically think of Q-Score as what we generally use in the UK. But there's a lot more kind of added features. One of the ones that I was using in my test, because I've been given a test facility of Digital Pool, is the SMS function, or the text message function as we call it. So basically, when your table gets applied to your name, you get a text message to say you are on this table at this time. Well, I think that's brilliant for any TD and any player, because it does mean if, like, you're in a club here where just downstairs we've got a Wetherspoons, we've got another shopping centre, and we've got a Sainsbury's, well, you can have a little walk around and get some fresh air. Yeah,
you're 100% right, and it's very, very handy. I completely forgot about that, actually, that you do get notified. Yeah, and as you say, it means that you're not tethered to the club, which is great, but it's such an enjoyable club to be in. There's nothing wrong with hanging around. So, Imran's just left himself queuing over the 8 and the 9 here. Just makes it a little bit harder. The good news for Imran is that the 7 doesn't require that much work. There is a danger the cue ball could run away from the 7 though, so he can't really hit it at any great pace. But the first problem is to make sure he doesn't contact that 9. You can see, I can certainly see So in the background there. He's keeping a close eye on this to make sure that there'll be no fouls. Yeah, he looks absolutely fine. Yep, and it's missable. He needs to watch a scratch. He's left a shot. I don't blame Imran for missing that. When you're queuing over a ball like that, he wasn't just queuing over the 9, he was queuing over the 8 as well. Just makes it that much harder.
Yeah, there was so much to think about there. The 8, the 9, the scratch.
Yep.
So the most important thing with the pot.
Absolutely. And it wasn't easy. So's under hit this a little bit. I guess the good news for So here is that he can, natural angle does take it to the left hand side of the 8 as we look.
Yeah, I was going to say the natural path is straight down onto the 8, so it's just about judging pace here and not landing below the 8.
It's okay. It's okay. He's queuing off the rail. But I think that's a pretty decent shot under the circumstances.
Lots of margin for error here on the 9 ball.
Yeah, he's rolled it in nicely. And he's on the 9 perfectly. And so Shaw is going to be ahead in this game. Of course, he took a 2-0 lead at the start. He seemed to mess that one up and go 5-2 behind. But somehow this is turned around again. As we get to the business end of this match. And Imran Majid is in a bit of trouble.
If you are just tuning in to this great matchup, we are live from Spots and Stripes in Reading, just south of London. It's TYPLive bringing you the GB9 tour in association with Z9 Billiards.
And I have to say, this is my first experience playing on the steel clash tables. It's not something we really have available up north. And these tables play absolutely beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. And there's a couple of different table brands that we have in Spots and Stripes, but all these tables are of the highest quality.
Yeah, there is some of the traditional GB9 tables, the old Sam tables there on the right hand side. They're not made by me, so everyone don't have to worry about the quality of them ones. Yeah, there's a couple of Rassons as well to our left, I think, in the top corner.
That's right. I played on a Rasson earlier on today, and I'm used to... Sorry, Imran breaks off here. He's broken that quite nicely, but he's left himself a kick at this too. Yeah, the Rassons. I'm used to playing Rassons. My local club has Rassons, but this one was a little bit different. This was a wooden effect in terms of the design of the Rasson, which I've never seen before, but it played really nice. Of course, the Z9 cloth is fantastic. I first used the Z9 cloth at the Amateur UK Open back in May last year and was impressed. And it's playing nicely here, so Imran is going to duck for cover here. He can't afford to give any racks away here. He's played that nice. The problem is, though, he has left a bank here for Sol. Natural shape going up table towards the 3. I don't think he's going to play safe here, so I think he's going to shoot at this one. Hard to tell if he went for that one or not. It's worked out all right, though. A little edge sticking out for Imran.
It was relatively a shot to nothing. I think you get the safety, you got the safety, you get the pot. Well, he's going up for the 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a quick one on the Z9 cloth. A massive thank you to Nigel Smith who owns Spots and Stripes. I've been lucky enough to have a few of the cloths put on some of the English tables in my hometown, so I've had plenty of practice on this cloth on our small 7-foot English game. But I've got to say, for any club owners out there, this is a cloth of choice. It's easy to maintain. The white ball's just reactionary. I'm seeing the white ball dance on this, never mind on our lighter red and yellow ball game.
Absolutely. Yeah, very impressed with the Z9.
And to clean it, you just use a cloth. Just a microfiber cloth. Just give it a little rub.
I noticed it last night, actually. The staff here at Spots and Stripes were going round and giving the tables a rub, which I'm not used to seeing. Usually you see the hard brushes being
Pad
used.
Or the brush, yeah.
Aye. But yeah, no, it's definitely good.
It does mean it's a lot less wearing on the cloth.
That's right.
These heavy brushes, the pads, they can get a little bit too deep into it. You start messing everything up underneath the layers.
That's right. So, what's he going to leave here? He's left it safe. Relatively safe. Again, There is the chance of a bank with the cue ball naturally going towards the 3. And he's taken it on. Again, exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Shot to
the same.
nothing. Yeah.
It's good to see some tactical play as well. You know, these are players who are both well known for their abilities to run tables, but clearly good in the tactical side of things as well. Wall of balls to hide behind here, and he's played that really well. Because the trouble that So's going to have here, even looking to kick off the top rail, the 3 ball is in the way. And a referee's been called.
Julian is certainly getting the limelight. Oh no, I think Dan's going. No, Julian, no.
It's Dean Sporting, the tournament director, has been called into action. Taking one for the team as Julian's away on the opposite side of the club.
Oh, we have got VAR if needed.
Julian's just off camera. So here we go. He's missed the 3. Rail first, that's worked out okay. What's he going to leave? Well, he has left a shot. Yes, it's makeable to the bottom right hand side.
Is it another safety?
I think he's got to play it safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He's got plenty of balls to go behind here. 7 and 4 especially. And he's elected to go behind the 7. He's relying on the 8 here. It's not quite gone behind the 7, but it has gone behind the 8. So the 8 ball getting Imran out of jail.
Yes.
And a scratch from Shaw. What we haven't seen, certainly for the last few racks, is So giving away racks like he was in the beginning. He's really tightened his play up. That's the first gift really that So's given for a while. And Imran looking to capitalise. The question here is the 4 ball. I'm right down the barrel of this. The 4 ball does not pass the 7, so he's probably going to have to play a combination. But let's get past the 2 and 3 first.
Well, the 2s and 3s are pretty much dot to dot, so it is the combination that does come to mind, and you have to leave this one in a nice position.
And that's what he's looking at right now. The 5 doesn't appear to go to the middle either, so definitely plenty of work still to be done.
I believe, George, they are the same as Matchroom, or maybe a little. Yeah, is it same as Matchroom? The pocket sizes,
No.
or just a little bit?
Yep, I think they're a little bit now. I don't want to say the word bigger because that's looked upon in a negative way. The pockets are slightly bigger. For me personally, having played in the UK Open last year when they were 3.8, the pockets were too big. Oh, what's he doing here? Oh, wow. An unforced error there from Imran. Unexpected. The problem is he's had to land on the right side of that 4 to make the combination on the 7, and that has led to the error. He's just drawn it back a little bit too much. And a little smile on the face of So in the background there.
He's struggling to unscrew his
Oh, he's getting help
bright
from
cue, and
Matthew Wrigley has stepped in to help.
yeah,
No.
there might be a few people who are
Dave
giving this
Moyer
one a
has
try.
now jumped in. And Dave Moyer, congratulations to Scotland's Dave Moyer for taking off the butt of Imran's... Oh, it's his extension, isn't it? Is it? I'm trying to... Yes, it is. It's the extension.
Yeah, but it's not that he wanted to unscrew, it was something else. Hang on, I need to try and bring camera around here for this.
Yeah, his extension's stuck by the look of things. Oh, and Dave's getting right back in there. Good on Dave Moyer from Scotland. Jumping in and adding assistance to his old friend Imran Majid. They go back years. Now, I think the bumper is coming out as well as the extension. I think that's what the problem is, but he can just screw the bumper back in, so it's no problem. And that's exactly what they've done. Well done, Dave Moyer. Stepping up. Imran is wincing in pain as he walks towards the table. And now he's got something to work out here. Yeah, they were just talking about the pocket size. Yeah, so I think we're about 4.5. No, sorry, 4.25 would be my estimation. Yeah, so Matchroom UK Open last year was 3.8. It was far too tight, and I think most of the players gave that feedback.
Yes.
Some more vocal than others, but the pockets were far too tight. So for me, these are ideal because you can cheat the pocket, whereas 3.8 you can't cheat the pocket. I remember Niels Fine called the Matchroom UK Open the UK Snooker Open because that's what it felt like they were shooting on. And of course the nature of American pool is you play with lots of side spin, you play with lots of English. You know, that's part of the game. So tightening the pockets too much is negative. So I'm going to see him go around 3 rails here, Imran, to try and make this 4. But where's the 4 going to land, most importantly? And he's missed it. Ball in hand for So Shaw to get to the hill. A massive unforced error from Imran Majid. Great to see Fraser Patrick on the chat. My old friend from Scotland. Great snooker player, Fraser Patrick. It's a shame he's not here. He's moved from snooker to 9-ball, and believe me, he is one of the best 9-ball players in Scotland. In fact, sorry, in UK, he is the best 9-ball player in Scotland at this stage. No doubt that Fraser would have had a great chance to win this tournament if he did come down, but unfortunately it wasn't going to happen. But yeah, great to see Fraser in the chat. Thanks very much for your comments in the chat there, guys. Nice to see you keeping us company.
I wonder if Tash is still watching. Main person to ask.
Is Tash the gentleman who sorts the tables here? I will say, what a great job he's done. Having played a match already on these tables, these are absolutely fantastic. Everything about the tables, they're playing brilliant. And you've seen the amount of slow rolls that have been played in this match. The players are trusting the conditions, and the conditions are backing them up. And we've had a gentleman from Luxembourg say hello as well. That's great to see the GB9 getting some exposure in Europe. So Sean needs to stay still here on this one. Oh, just made it.
That was wiping its feet on the doormat.
The hard work is now. He can just draw this back a little bit to centre table, as he's done. Again, doesn't have to do much with this 7 because the 8 goes to the centre. Just draw it back a little bit. Could have liked to go forward as well, actually. But who would have thought at 5-2 down, who would have expected Soshaw to potentially be on the hill? He needs this to stop. Needs it to stop. Wow. I can't believe he's made that error.
On the hill might be an early call.
It was. It was.
The recovery club is coming out. Tash is listening.
Yeah, no, listen, great job with the tables, Tash. Really great job. So yeah, I mean, what a match we've had here to open play here at this new era of GB9. This match has had everything. Going safe. He's leaving this cue ball on the bottom rail. He's banking on this cue ball being stuck on the bottom rail. This is a tester.
It is one of them shots, isn't it, where it's not looking for the cut, is it?
I would go for the middle, actually. I can understand why.
Which?
Because the cue ball naturally, if he goes to the top right hand pocket, he's going to have to put a lot of top on this.
Yes.
And put a real stroke on it, which makes the shot missable.
Yeah, the cut for the white ball is a lot better.
Absolutely.
But
a lot harder to pull.
A lot harder, and especially with the cut of these middle pockets.
Yes. And that's something I did notice in my match earlier on. These middles are tight. This has to be perfect.
It's a weird one. Is tight the right word, or is it just square? The very square.
I think both, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see that they're challenging though, you know, because traditionally the middle pockets, they are normally bigger than the end.
This requires... He's going for the cut.
Yeah. Big shot here. He's made it. And he's got the shape on the 9. What a shot that is. When he needed it the most. And there you have it. What a finish that was from Imran. An injured Imran Majid. He's clinging on here. And it's now a race to 2.
A confidence booster for Imran. So sure. Could be kicking himself.
He should be. Let's not forget as well, So gave away a couple of racks at the start of this match. A couple of cheap ones. But I will say So's done a great job to hang in there. After losing a 2-0 lead at the start and going 5-2 down, a lot of players, their heads would have dropped, but we know So very well. He doesn't let these things get to him. So here we go, breaking off. Who's going to get to the hill first? Oh, the 6 is gone and it's just saved them. However, the 4 ball, it looks like it's going to block the path to the 1. It's hard to tell. Oh, look at this. Perfect. And there we have it. And suddenly, So is off and running. Needs to avoid the 8 and the 9. Just rolls it through nicely. Nothing wrong with that little rub off the 9. It does look like he's quite straight on this 3 though. Drawing it back for the 4 is not ideal because of the 8 and 9. Does he have a little bit of angle to push it through? Looks like he's going to drop back. Through the gap, threading the needle. And this is where Social is at his most dangerous. Loose, confident, and quick.
Tash, it might be a weekend in Bridlington for you, just so I have a 9-ball table closer to my home than an hour and a half away.
So's landed on the rail here, just to make it that little bit harder. And he's missed it. And it's the rail that's cost him. That is a massive miss at this stage in the match. Soshaw's let this one run away from him. Oh wow, Soshaw. Everything was looking great. He was in full flow. It's just absolutely incredible, Sam, that just landing that close to the rail can make such a difference in a player making the ball and not making the ball.
Well, this match should be over. It's as simple as that. It should be over, but 2 just misjudgments of speed, little bits of pressure, nerves. I wouldn't say nerves, but the general butt goes, it's nerves, it's a bit of the elbow going. You come out of position, it's recovery from there.
Absolutely. But like I said earlier on, I think it's super refreshing to see these sorts of mistakes, because this is the highest quality match in the first round between 2 of the highest quality opponents, as So's just gone for a break.
The other thing as well, when you're having this type of matchup in round 1, if if you end up in the loser's side, it makes your weekend a lot longer.
Oh yeah. And of course, let's not forget, GB9 is well known for not just having the main event, we've got the challenger events as well. So yeah, you don't want to be going through that loser's side too early. So here we go, Imran Majid on the hill, the pre-tournament favourite. One ball on the side. Where's the 2 going to land? Where's the 3 going to land, more importantly?
Well, that's awkward.
Isn't it? But this is why we changed the breaks. This is why Matchroom brought in the box break. Because previously, with 1 ball in the spot, breaking from the side, it's the same run out every single time. The ball's sat in the same space. This is why they've changed the break. And I mean, how many times have we seen a wide open run out after the break? I think maybe once, maybe twice in the whole match. We've seen lots and lots of safety play after the break. And that's great to see.
There is certainly the rolling on the 2 ball as well. It has to be on the wings or the back.
That's correct, yes. It's a new rule that Matchroom have brought in over the last couple of months that a lot of people might not be aware of. Of course, here at the GB9 we are matching the Matchroom rules. So yeah, as you say, it's a really good shout, Sam. 2 ball at the back or on the wing. And that's why the 2 ball is just nestled on that top rail awkwardly. Much harder to control the racks, that's for sure. It used to be traditionally, Sam, this is going way back in the old days, and especially in America, that pattern racking was a thing. Not so much anymore now that that Matchroom have come in and changed the break. But yeah, you would see the same old boring layouts, the same balls in each, the same position for each rack. So this is good to see. So a push out here from Imran. Just trying to make that 7 ball that little bit more awkward. Potentially tying up the 4. So the 4 no longer goes to the bottom left. And he's sent it back. So it's going to be awkward queuing here. Queuing over the 7. He does have the advantage of the rail. There is plenty of balls to hide behind here.
The pattern racking is an interesting rolling reel because it actually went to a VAR situation in the UK Amateur that we covered at Telford, and I had to go through the footage, sit through, mark this, mark that, look at where it is. Absolutely baffled me that like something as stringent as that was in. I understand now why.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be such an advantage for someone, so yeah, it's important that that's looked upon. It's a great shot there from Soshaw. Oh, sorry, apologies. He's not actually made it. So ball in hand here for Imran. Now, the 2-8 doesn't appear to go. So Imran could be looking for 3 fouls here. Using the 3 as a blocker.
Dave at Pro 9. And saying he thought that Matchroom dropped the 2 ball at the back a while ago.
It's an interesting one. I wasn't aware of that myself, but it's certainly a... Oh, he's made the 2. That's a good shot.
Great escape.
He has, however, left the shot. Now, the saving grace here for Soshaw is that if it does go for the 2 to the middle, the cue ball is going to be coming away from the 3. You could see Imran go for the bottom left-hand pocket as we look, just to hold position for the 3. Of course, let's not forget when Imran pushed out, he did leave the 7 awkward, blocking the path of the 4. So he might have to work out his own problem. Little rub on the 3, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, suddenly now Imran's problem that he created is now going to affect him. Unless the 4 does pass the 7 to the bottom left. Hard to tell. I think it does. Just judging by the way that he's had a quick glance and he's moved straight back into position. So that tells me that the 4 does pass. Yep, and that's how he's played it. Sam, would you play the 6-9 combination here? Little graze off the 7, but that's all right. Well, actually, no, that's answered my question for me, because the natural shape, I think he's going to have to go 6 to the middle here.
If I was on Shooter's Pool when they were sponsoring me playing that during COVID times, I'd be looking at the 6-9 combo any day of the week. It'd be my first shot ever going for that.
I think
but
most
probably
amateurs,
playing it.
Yeah, no. Most amateurs would. Okay, so a bit of a blind cut on this 6 here. So Imran's still not out. Shaw just clinging on, hoping that little misjudgment is going to save him. Blind cut. He's made it. And he's gone round 3 rails. He's not got enough pace on it though. Now. Oh, look at Imran's reaction. That tells me that he cannot see that 7.
See, looking at how much power had to go into it, and then just looking at the actual angle he had on the 6-9, it kind of made it a little bit more where, as an amateur, you'd be going for it. That'd probably actually suit you, because you'd go for it, and it looked pretty easy by most standards.
I think he can see, it's hard to tell looking at his reaction, it tells you that he's not happy. I think he can see a little edge of the 7. It looks
cuttable
like it.
edge.
Yeah.
Definitely a cuttable
But that's
edge.
all he needs.
Yeah.
That's all he needs. Because look at the shape on the 8. Yeah, he's going to cut this.
How was your eyesight?
Yeah, great shot. The 9's away. The 9's gone. It's match over.
Wow.
Oh, a fluke. But look at where the 8 would have landed. The cue ball for the 8. A stroke of luck to win the match. Oh, it's a sickener for Shaw. But congratulations to Imran Majid, an injured Imran Majid. He has survived a big scare here on the TV table on the first day of the resurgent GB9.
Well, Imran there's just survived so much, because had 2 frames opportunity there to take the win. He survived that. He fluked the combo. If he hadn't, well, it's a bank on the 8. Anything could have gone happening there.
Absolutely. But we're not going to find out what would have happened, because the match is over. Well, thank you very much for joining us, folks. Stay tuned, because we've got plenty more top class pool from Red Hill GB9 Tour. Next match is Stephen Ellis and Tom Staveley. Very entertaining match, and that will be starting in a couple of minutes. Sam, I'm going to have to drop the mic for my next match, but it's been a pleasure doing some comms with you.
And
what a great setup you've got here.
The seat's there all weekend.
Absolutely, you'll see me back in the booth. 100%. Okay, cheers.
And for anyone that is watching on the Imran Majid the social actual YouTube video, it'll end shortly and it'll transfer you straight to our full day stream where it will not end. And that's going to be happening right about now. And to those that are watching on the Watch Live GB9 Ball Tour Day 1, stay on there. It will not go anywhere.